somewhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of the Local Show here on GrassRoots Community Network. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Erik, Skarvan, your host. As we work our way into December in our winter series, so grateful you've joined us this week on GrassRoots TV. So excited to have a friend back. He's one of our A-list guests, good friend of mine. He is an Olympic bronze medalist. He's the founder of Klug Foundation. I just gave it away. And he's a local real estate professional. Klug, welcome back to the show and welcome back to the country, buddy.
Thank you, Erik.
Just got back from Italy yesterday, right? Or the day before? Just yesterday.
Little jet lag, so I promise I won't won't drool over here or anything.
Well, forgive me if you miss your numbers a little bit, and all these numbers we're going to talk about. You
got some good notes there. You can help me.
I've got good notes too. But welcome back. It sounds like you had an amazing trip.
It was incredible. It was an incredible family adventure, and really special time with my wife Missy and our two kids, and it was awesome. You know, one of the real goals is our daughter's about to become a teenager in the spring.
Right.
And our son is 10 and really wanted to, much like you, I feel like this is one of the great places on earth and no place I'd rather live. But it's also this special little hamlet, maybe not necessarily the real world. And
sure.
And so we have our challenges, of course, but maybe not all of the real world problems that some of the urban areas and our feeder markets are dealing with regularly. And so what I really want to do is give the kids more of a global perspective and a little bit of a glimpse into what I got to do for 20 years, racing my snowboard, doing what I love to do, traveling the world.
Incredible.
And so the other day we snowboarded and skied on Kronplatz, the Plan de Corones, which is a part of the Dolomiti Super Ski, and it's 410 lifts total.
Wow.
And we were up there ripping around, and we got to go down one of the World Cup hills where the skiers race, and we had a World Cup there a number of times. And I actually won there, and it was really neat to rip down that hill with the kids and show them.
Oh, my gosh.
And then have hot chocolate on the top and tell some old stories. So it was really special.
Well, that probably blends in with what I was going to ask, which was, the Italy trip, but maybe the favorite aspects for the kids. Like a couple highlights that the kids really enjoyed, which is probably the same thing as your highlights because, you're there with your kids. You get to, like you say, relive these experiences now. But now the family's there. The kids are there. What would be just a couple fun highlights from your trip to Italy? From the kids' standpoint, Bali is your older daughter, and then Rivi is your son. And what did they like the most?
Two things. For my son's birthday, we took him to San Siro outside of Milano.
Okay.
And went to AC Milan versus Paris Saint-Germain Champions League soccer match.
Oh, sweet.
80,000 people.
Whoa.
And, I go to plenty of Broncos games, and I'm a passionate Broncos fan, and I've seen, a few soccer games and a lot of 10-year-old soccer games the last year.
Avalanche games,
Avalanche games too, and those are super fun.
Nuggets? Have you seen Nuggets too?
I've seen Nuggets.
Okay,
yeah.
so all Colorado.
So I'm a sports fan. I love all of our Colorado teams and cheering them on, even the Rockies.
Nice.
As much as they've been struggling. This was insane. 80,000 people, and I have to say, Erik, the crowd was as entertaining as the match, and the match was great.
Really?
I mean, some of the best players in the world, and two Americans on AC Milan's team, two of the best Americans.
Okay.
But the crowd was in song the entire match.
In song?
Yeah, just singing. And before you knew it, I was singing. I didn't even know what I was singing. But I loved it. And there was like...
Singing in Italian, obviously.
Of course, yeah. I wasn't. I was just
Italy.
Making up my own words.
So you're trying to follow along in Italian. That's crazy.
Much like a World Cup ski or snowboard event where they had these fan clubs. Okay. And they'd be the local soccer clubs from their respective areas.
Oh.
And they'd show up and they'd have these massive, almost like car dealership size flags. And they're just waving them in what were the end zones.
Jeez.
And there must have been 25, 30, 40 of these flags. And then they'd all be in song. And before you'd know it, a great play or not such a great play, they'd start lighting flares and there'd be like fires in the end zones with these crazy, I was like, this is nutsos. Wow. And thank God AC Milan won, which was a bit of an upset.
Wow.
as we're leaving, I mean, there's riot police everywhere. And I was thinking, man, was this a good idea to bring my 10 and 12-year-olds? But thank God we survived.
What did they think about all that? I mean, were they just like, I mean, it sounds borderline riotous. Like it could break out into a riot. Like,
yeah, they're passionate.
people are going off.
Passionate fans. So I'd say that was one of the real highlights.
Definitely a highlight.
Yeah, without a doubt. The other one was we did a bunch of via ferratas with the kids.
What are those?
And
I've heard of the expression, but I don't know.
Yeah, the via ferrata is a fixed iron route. It's like the iron route.
Okay.
And there are these fixed routes where you have a harness and a carabiner with two clips.
Oh.
And so you're effectively always attached to the wall or the cable.
Okay.
And we did these amazing faces, like in Gardenia, we did this climb, the Piccolo Cheer and the Furcella, which are two famous ones in Gardenia Valley.
Jeez.
And the kids were doing it right along, and huge exposure and just clipping along, doing their thing, and they loved that.
Doing some climbing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
They were a little bit nervous talking about it once they got into
Wow.
it, just loved it, and we got to some amazing places. So
Incredible.
I would say the climbing, the soccer, and Missy and I's goal of giving them a different perspective, a global perspective, and just recognizing that as special as Aspen is and where we live in Colorado, there's also other ways to look at things and different perspectives and different ways to accomplish things. And I think that's so important as set in our ways as we all get and in our routines to take a step back and, try to see things from a different perspective. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Or Bella.
Bella.
We're gonna take a quick break, buddy, and get into the Summit for Life, which is coming up this weekend very quickly.
Yeah.
It's the 18th annual Summit for Life. We're gonna cue that up here, guys, right after the break. So you got to stick around. This is an amazing event, nighttime race up Aspen Mountain to generate funds for organ donorship. We're going to get into that. But first, I do want to thank our winter underwriters that make this series happen, paralleling the ski season. See what I did there? We have our Haiti Children, Highlands Ale House, Klug Properties, Paradise Bakery, Picken County Solid Waste Center, Red Brick Center for the Arts, Susie's Consignment Aspen, Sundog Athletics, Wheeler Opera House, and White River Overland. We're going to go to our only break, guys. We'll be back in 2 minutes with so much, including all the ways you can get involved this weekend in the festivities, so don't go away. At the Wheeler Opera House, we set the stage for connections that create memories for our audiences, artists, and greater Aspen community. At the Wheeler Opera House, all are welcome. You're welcome to be a part of history.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
Want to live like a local? Help us reduce food waste, a major contributor to climate change.
You can help in 3 simple ways.
Plan menus carefully and only buy what you need.
Collect unused scraps for compost.
Buy ugly fruits and vegetables.
Reduce food waste.
Live like a local.
Red Brick Center for the Arts is Aspen's hub for creative activity, offering youth and adult art classes, gallery exhibitions, artist studios, and nonprofits. You can take a class, meet with artists, purchase art, and be a part of Aspen's art scene. More at redbrickaspen.com. Locally owned and operated and consistently voted #1 for après-ski, Highlands Ale House is the local ski bar, serving delicious drinks and comfort food, including pizza, burgers, salads, bowls, and more. Located at the base of Aspen Highlands. Brought to you by Paradise Bakery and Gelateria, serving Aspen for 42 years. White River Overland specializes in camper van upfitting, catering to mountain outdoor enthusiasts. WRO's builds are purpose-driven to enhance skiing, cycling, camping, climbing, and river adventures. WRO is nestled in the White River National Forest in Aspen.
Susie's Consignment in Aspen at 600 East Main. Same friendly faces, same great prices, and new items daily. See you at Susie's.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
All right, guys, thanks for sticking with us here on the local show. I've got my buddy Chris Klug in the house, focusing in on the Chris Klug Foundation, which you founded after your life-saving organ transplant, Chris, and had a life-saving liver transplant. How many years ago was that now?
23 years ago since my transplant,
Wow.
and now 20 years of CKF
Yeah.
as of October. So
Congratulations
lot
on
to
that.
celebrate.
Yeah, 20th anniversary for CKF.
Yeah.
And now we're moving into our 18th annual Summit for Life this weekend. Before we get into kind of the details and how people can get involved, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, Chris, a video is worth 1,000,000. So we're going to toss to the video and learn more next.
Summit for Life 2022. Welcome back, Aspen. I think this event really embodies what, to me, this community is all about. One of the most generous, one of the most awesome places on earth.
It's so special to be able to be here and to be able to travel all the way out here and just to physically be able to stand here after my transplants and everything that I've been through. So excited.
The Chris Klug Foundation has done an incredible job for Colorado, and we're trying to get the message all over the country.
So excited to be in this beautiful place, and it really is a gift in itself.
You know, I can't say enough about Chris Klug and the foundation. It means a lot for me to be an awardee in here in Aspen today.
This has been an incredible ride, and I'm looking around and I just can't believe that I'm here. So thank you so much.
I love hiking up Aspen Mountain, and this is a particularly good time to do it. Just a perfect night for it. We'll get it all.
Put some tunes on and one foot in front of the other. Go from the bottom to the top of this mountain is something that anybody can do. It doesn't matter what time you do it in. It is an accomplishment and it feels great. And if you're on the fence, then just do it.
So, Chris, that's a great insight. Last year's event, which was so much fun, was a little disappointed you didn't show me running through the finish. I think I was actually crawling last year, so it's probably better that you did.
You've done almost every single one of them.
Every one of them.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, this year I've got to kind of weigh the option because announcing the finish, I might want full energy for the finish, especially if I can bring my puppy Marley up there.
Heck yeah.
But
you love my parents up there putting medals around everybody's necks as they cross the finish line.
Well, that's just so fun because you're like your whole family's involved.
Very much.
And it's just such
and
a
our
great
whole
community
board,
event.
Too. You know, I got to recognize our board, and my name happens to be on the foundation. But we have an awesome board. You know, with people like Bob Wade that started this from the beginning with me, and John Gibbons, my father. And, you know, we just have an awesome board that is totally volunteer, that helps make this event happen every single year and makes our foundation happen the last 20 years. And really proud of that.
What about you want to mention your sponsors too for this year's event? Because I know there's like Paradise Bakery's in the mix. I know that. Aspen Square.
We've got a great local contingent, and this has always been a community event from the beginning. So yeah, you mentioned a few of them right there. Of course, Aspen Times and Alpine Bank, Aspen Snowmass Sotheby's, the Brodsky family, our friends Catula that started this event with us.
Love Catula.
20 years ago. Danny will be back with his team and has a team member that actually is a transplant recipient that will be hiking this year as well, just out of her transplant. So that'll be really exciting. And they'll be at the bottom in Gondola Plaza with Catula micro spikes and flight boots and whatever anyone needs for heading up the top. So that's always a great partnership.
That's how I usually go up, on the Catula micro spikes.
Yeah.
That's a great opportunity because someone who doesn't maybe have equipment, it's their first event.
It's perfect.
You know, they can use super lightweight traction.
I always use the micro spikes with running shoes.
If it's snowing, then they could add, another element where snowshoes or skis might be a call. So it's also kind of per the weather and the conditions, because if it's hard and grippy, traction definitely is the way to go. Lightweight. You start bringing in more snow. But you'll see, I mean,
Gaston's won the thing many, many times.
He's running up
and
on
set
skis.
the Aspen course record a few years ago in here, and then since broke it at America's Uphill. But I mean, he'll be on skimo gear.
Right. You got those guys.
But it's
in
any
there.
non-motorized means to get to the top. And if you don't want to hike, you can ride the Gandhi.
And there is no snowshoes yet.
Not that I'm familiar with.
I'm thankful for that.
I do have a snowmobile for ripping up to the cabin that would be hard to beat, though.
Yeah, so let's talk about a little more detail. So if people want to get involved, they can go up and race, or they can go up for fun. I imagine a lot of the people are hiking up just recreational with their friends.
Absolutely.
And
we also have a lot of family members or friends that some of the family members are hiking, and others that can't or don't want to, or friends or whatnot. They can do the Ride for Life.
And they could ride up the gondola.
Yep.
Which is Ride for Life.
Ride to the top. And I think we have, as of now, about 300 racers registered. And as you know, our community is a little last minute, so I'm sure we'll sell it out again. And then
so
we've
400 is the capacity, right? So people need to sign up. We're talking in the next 48 hours. Yeah.
It's Saturday night, starts in Gondola Plaza. The party will start at about 4 o'clock.
Okay.
We've got DJ at the bottom, and we'll do a nice photo with transplant recipients and donor families and transplant community members. And then the start gun, I'll be the obnoxious one on the microphone at the bottom. And the start gun goes off post-national anthem at 5:30.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
That's cool. I saw there was also a costume contest, or
Yes.
there's awards for best costume.
We've got everything from top awards for the fastest male, female, seniors, juniors, costume contest, and then our big Summit for Life awards, the Michael Bonds annual award that we give away, and we're going to present that again this year. So
it's so cool. It's such an amazing energy, not only at the start and on the course, which is neat because you get into this kind of dark adventure and you can have your headlight on, or what I'll do is I'll turn it off so I can kind of disappear. It's a little tactical sometimes. You can kind of turn your light off and
I always forget
no one knows
my
where you
headlamp.
are. So it's kind of interesting. But then the energy at the top, the finish itself, of course, is awesome lights. Of course, you have the best announcing on the planet at the finish.
The announcing's going to be hard to compete with from the bottom up top. But
you can toss up to me at the top. Yeah. I'll be announcing that energy at the finish. But then inside the sun deck, we've got the racers, the other people who just hiked up for fun. You get the families. You've got the organ donor recipients. You've got the organ donor kind of community. Even some of the medical community is sometimes
very much,
there.
Very much. Our partners, Donor Alliance down in Denver, which is our local organ procurement organization here in Colorado.
Awesome.
And then Chef Matt Zubrod and the Little Nell team will be doing, we're going to do the chili dinner again with mac and cheese and cornbread.
Nice.
And Paradise Bakery, another one of our partners from the beginning.
Oh, nice. All those cookies.
Mark will be, and his band will be playing at the top. Midnight Lightning and Paradise Bakery. Dessert at the top too. So.
Oh, is that Mark Patterson's band?
Mark Patterson and his crew.
Midnight Lightning.
Midnight Lightning.
So, Chris, we're not only generating funds, for the Chris Klug Foundation. It's really about at the end creating more awareness around organ donorship or organ donation, which is incredibly important. And can you talk about how, like I have signed up as an organ donor, what the effect of just one person can have in terms of saving or affecting lives?
Good question. It can save up to 8 lives, improve as many as 50 lives.
Wow.
I'm here today because of the heroic and selfless decision of another family saying yes to organ donation, saving my life and 3 others.
Amazing.
And that's what CKF is all about. 3 things.
Yep.
Registration, inspiration, and education. And we really focus on young people. We go into the junior highs, the high schools, to college campuses. We were talking about infamous Wisconsin frat parties. We partner with a lot of the Greek order and sororities and fraternities with our Donate Life Month in April, with the largest single-day organ donation awareness drive in the nation, National Donor Day, which was started by my friend Alex Quick and Dave Quick, who were board members of our foundation, and that's a CKF entity, which remains the largest single-day donor drive in America, with our little foundation here, with our $400,000 annual budget, a big part of it that we'll raise on Saturday night at Summit for Life. We are a small local charity, but we have a big national reach. We just had 10 runners out at New York with Christy Mann, May Selby, Max Rispoli, Charlie Singer, Charles Lucarelli, and a bunch of others out there.
Was Christy running?
Christy ran, and May. They were all out there running and helping raise awareness and funds for CKF. And, of course, our Leadville team every year. And that enables us to do over 100 events all over the country, not just on campuses, but at workplaces and places of worship, and anywhere we can meet people to encourage this conversation, encourage people to document their donor decision.
Right. It really is a conversation with your family first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
That I'm willing and able and willing and
yes.
desirous of being an organ donor.
Yep.
And then people know about the driver's license, kind of designation as well. But it's really about mainly telling your family, right?
That's the most important thing, is have the conversation with your family. Let your wishes be known.
Right.
The last place, God forbid, you ever want to have that conversation is at the ER or after a tragedy, where it's like, well, what did they want? I don't know. We didn't ever have that conversation.
Yeah.
Have that conversation in the comfort of your home.
Yeah.
And then take a couple steps to really memorialize that. Go online with the state registries. You can reach that at chrisklugfoundation.org, or it's donatelifecolorado.org, or your respective state.
Okay.
And we have the map for the whole country at chrisklugfoundation.org. So register online, register at the DMV, have the conversation with your family.
Right. And how does that feel? Like for you, I mean, you're a recipient. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's such a powerful experience. But as a donor, how does it feel? Because I know just signing up and be willing and putting myself out there that way, that feels good. Because, I mean, it's like the ultimate giving. And then you feel that ultimate, receiving, right? I mean, how does it feel to you, like as a donor yourself?
I think as a recipient, you feel an incredible debt to give back and help others. And there's, over 100,000 people waiting today for solid organ transplants in our country. I think it's about 3,000 in the state of Colorado today. Wow. And so the need is great. And we've seen, even in our small community, with 18,000 people in Pitkin County, and I think it's about 40,000 throughout the Roaring Fork Valley, we've seen a lot of people that have been touched by organ donation, and on both sides as recipients and donors right here in the Roaring Fork Valley. So this isn't something that just happens in far off places. It happens right here in Aspen and Snowmass, and all throughout our valley.
Yep, and I've always said heaven doesn't need your organs, but other people do.
Think about the legacy you can have even if we're not here anymore.
Yeah,
what a gift we can give.
So chrisklugfoundation.org.
Yes.
And then the event is summitforlife.org. And now we got
That's
2
why
minutes.
You make the big bucks. You're getting all the URLs correct.
Yep. We got a Tonight Show set on the way for this summer.
I love it.
With all those big bucks. But real quick, we've got a couple more minutes. I do want to get to a real estate update because you're one of our top local real estate professionals. One of the top in the nation, actually.
I'm having fun.
You've been voted #1 in the Aspen Times as well for a male realtor. Yep. But can you give us an update, kind of a market update on what's going on as we head into winter season?
Yeah, I'll tell you that obviously this pandemic-fueled frenzy was unbelievable for really kind of starting in the summer selling season of 2020, continuing through through 21, and right through kind of the first half of 22. Then we started to see things change a little bit.
Right.
But it's still really strong.
Right.
We're still seeing incredible demand at the upper end, and some blockbuster, eye-popping deals. 60 million plus that have gotten done this year that have been amazing. So we've seen more 30 million plus deals than ever. 10 million plus is right on par with last year, which was incredibly strong.
Wow.
Now, I would say what's really driving it, though, is that the inventory is still historically low.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got about half the inventory available, but there's still strong demand.
Right.
And I would say we're a little more insulated here from interest rates and what's happening a little bit around the world with macroeconomic challenges and whatnot. I would say that Aspen's more insulated. We feel it a little later and bounce back a little bit quicker.
Right.
And as I said earlier, it's one of the great places on earth, and I think word's gotten out about that, and it's a very desirable place to live because of the quality of life, the access, events like this weekend, and all the cultural opportunities. There's not a place quite like it on
I
earth.
think access is the word, because you have access to world-class recreation,
You
culture, nightlife, the whole bit. And I always have said to friends and clients, it's way more fun than having a stock or a bond or another investment, because you can go spend time in your Aspen investment, have an amazing time with your family, and it's a guaranteed return down the line.
And that's what, taking a trip to Italy with my family this fall a little bit, that's what it's all about, is that quality family time. And
yeah, exactly.
We don't have forever, and so it's important to take advantage of those things in those times and enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, did you have fun on the show today, buddy? It goes so quick always.
Love catching up with you.
But I did bake you cookies, and it's now time to enjoy.
Are you trying to slow me down this weekend?
Yeah, exactly, slowing you down, but also time to enjoy chocolate cranberry.
This is lunch today.
My latest batch I baked last night.
I love it.
Thanks for joining me.
Yeah,
buddy,
thanks,
on the
brother.
show.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Chris Klug, and hope you guys get to see you at Summer for Life this Saturday night. Thanks for watching this week on The Local Show. At the Wheeler Opera House, we set the stage for connections that create memories for our audiences, artists, and greater Aspen community. At the Wheeler Opera House, all are welcome. You're welcome to be a part of history.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
Join the string beans in helping reduce food waste in our community.
Plan menus carefully and only buy what you need.
Collect unused scraps for compost.
Ask for smaller portions in restaurants.
Take home leftovers to eat later.
Donate unopened food to our food bank.
Let's work in concert to reduce food waste.
Sundog Athletics, Aspen's adventure sports school and snowshoeing specialists since 1996.
Welcome to